The third type of question asked from the topic polynomial is, they will give you the relationship between the zeros, or they will directly tell you what are the zeros of the polynomial, and then you have to frame the quadratic polynomial. The quadratic polynomial will not be given in the question, but depending upon the relation between its zeros or directly the roots, you have to frame the quadratic polynomial. So let us see the question. Find the quadratic polynomial, the sum and product of whose zeros are -1 and -20 respectively, and also find the zeros of the given polynomial. Okay, so what is given? That the sum of the roots is given as -1, whereas the product of the roots is given as -20. Now, as we know that the quadratic polynomial, if we have to write it in terms of the sum and the product, we can write x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of zeros. Yes, so let us put the values whatever we have. So x square minus, what is the sum given? -1 into x plus, what is the product given? -20. So the equation would be x square minus into minus is plus x minus 20. So this is my quadratic polynomial if I name it as p of x. So my quadratic polynomial formed after putting the values of sum and the product is x square plus x minus 20. Okay, now the next part, what we have to do, we have to also find the zeros of the obtained quadratic polynomial. So for finding the zeros, we will equate it with 0. So x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. So factors of 20 whose subtraction should be 1. Now as we know, 5 and 4, 5 fours are 20 and 5 minus 4 is 1. The middle term is plus, so definitely the greater number will be plus, whereas the smaller one will be minus. So x square plus 5x minus 4x minus 20 equal to 0. Taking common, x in bracket x plus 5 minus 4 in bracket x plus 5 equal to 0, which gives me x plus 5 in one bracket, x minus 4 in another bracket, and therefore the roots will be this plus 5 minus 5 and minus 4 plus 4. So the zeros of the given obtained quadratic polynomial are -5 and +4. So this is the third type in which the relationship between the sum or directly between the zeros would be provided, and you have to frame the quadratic polynomial by making use of the formula, that is quadratic polynomial is equal to x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. A similar type of question, quadratic polynomial 2x square minus 3x plus 1 has the zeros alpha and beta. Okay, so this is a first quadratic polynomial and the roots of this equation are alpha and beta. And the next part says, now form a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are 3 alpha and 3 beta. Now you have to form another quadratic polynomial and the zeros of that would be 3 alpha and 3 beta. Okay, so first of all, if I have to find the another quadratic polynomial having roots 3 alpha and 3 beta, so if I compare with our standard form, that is quadratic polynomial is equal to x square minus sum of the roots and product of the roots. Okay, so if we write, the sum would be 3 alpha plus 3 beta. It means if I take 3 common in the bracket, it would be alpha plus beta. Whereas when you multiply them, 3 alpha into 3 beta will give me 9 alpha beta. So if I have to frame that quadratic equation, I should be knowing the value of alpha plus beta and also alpha minus beta. Now how will I get that value? As they have said, this is the quadratic polynomial whose roots are alpha and beta. So if I solve this quadratic polynomial and obtain the roots, definitely I will be getting the values of alpha and beta. Yes, and now that values you can make use for framing the another quadratic polynomial. So the first part of the question would be finding the roots of this given polynomial. Okay, so P of x is equal to 2x square minus 3x plus 1. Yes, now they have said the zeros of this polynomial are alpha and beta. Let us compare with the standard form. Value of a will be 2, value of b will be minus 3, whereas value of c will be 1. So, as we know, the sum of the roots alpha into beta is given by minus b by a, that is minus of minus 3 by 2, which is equal to 3 by 2. Whereas alpha into beta is given by c by a, that is 1 by 2. Now let us frame the next quadratic polynomial. It says that the zeros are 3 alpha and 3 beta. So any quadratic polynomial, if we have to write it in terms of the formula, we can write it as x square minus sum of its roots into x plus product of its roots. Yes, so x square minus, now for the second quadratic polynomial, the zeros are 3 alpha and 3 beta. So 3 alpha plus 3 beta into x plus 3 alpha into 3 beta. X square minus, if I take 3 common from this, what is remaining in the bracket? Alpha plus beta into x plus, if you multiply this, as I have just now told you, 3 into 3 is 9 into alpha beta. Now just put the values of alpha plus beta and alpha beta which we have obtained. Yes, which gives me x square minus 3 into alpha beta value is 3 by 2 x plus 9 into alpha into beta value is 1 by 2. Okay, x square minus 9 by 2x plus 9 by 2. Okay, so now here there is a number present in the denominator. So what we do, we usually multiply the whole equation with that number so that it gets eliminated. So I can write it like this also, that the quadratic polynomial would be, or you can keep it as like this also. Yes, so if this is my p of x, let us name it as f of x. So the quadratic polynomial whose roots are 3 alpha and 3 beta is x square minus 9 by 2x plus 9 by